The C in this whole CGR empire stands for classic, does it not? So it seems rather untoward for me, in my brief tenure here thus far, to have only gone back as far as 1992's Legend of the Mystical Ninja. No, I've got to put this right. I'm turning back the clock 30 years. Tell Doc Brown to get in the DeLorean, we's going back in time. I'm about to get all nostalgic on games that were released when I was -3. We're going back to 1981.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
By way of 2002, mind. That's when Activision, then and now one of the biggest names in the industry, gave us Activision Anthology, a compilation of over 50 classic games with that old wood-paneled monstrosity, the Atari 2600. However, rather than just emulating the games and calling it a day, Activision have gone the full 9 yards, emulating an entire 80s experience down to a tape deck full of tracks like The Tide is High, The Safety Dance, and Mexican Radio. The games are, well, too numerous to go into much detail about. All the big names are here though: Laser Blast, Mega Mania, Pitfalls 1 and 2, River Raid, Stampede, Barnstorming, the list goes on. Each is represented not only by the gameplay itself, but with its original box and instructions, which often feature insights and interviews with the programmers themselves. It's a nice, thorough look at an era of gaming that seems, well, alien to us these days. While these games existed in a world without gamer scores or trophies, there's plenty to unlock on this disc. Back in the day, sending a photograph of your high score to Activision would net you a patch, a kind of proto-achievement system as it were. Here in the Anthology, those goals are kept intact, with a corkboard on your virtual bedroom wall displaying your glory. Some goals, rather than unlocking a patch, award you with the game's original TV commercial. And get your popcorn ready because those are hilarious.
Furious body checking, furious stick checking, ruthless tripping.
Sure, it's the perspective of our being able to look at them from 30 years in the future, but still, who gets tired of a guy talking to chickens?
Ladies, I'm only human.
Freeway by Activision.
While these games predate the standards of quality we've come to know in our modern times, I gotta say there's plenty of strategy that goes into this experience. Being able to get your opponent on the ropes in boxing, for instance, or being able to aim and keep moving in Laser Blast. There's more complexity here than meets the eye, and it speaks to the dedication and insight of the folks who created these games all those decades ago. This is where gaming came from. Ice hockey is called ice hockey because there just wasn't a hockey game before then. It didn't exist. These are the pioneers, and they deserve your respect. The compilation isn't without flaws, however. Some games designed for the dial controller, I'm looking at Kaboom in particular, just don't really work with a PS2 analog stick. Some of the unlockable video effects, like a spinning screen or lack of vertical hold, are just nuisances, though some, like the Starfield effect for Mega Mania, are welcome additions to the game. Activision Anthology might as well be a key textbook in any gamer's understanding of the industry's history. While you may not be able to sew the patches onto your letter jacket and show them off at the arcade, you will have a firm grip on a bygone era of gaming. And Take On Me will be stuck in your head. Forever.
Pulling muscles from a shell. Pulling muscles from a shell.